Everybody, Tom here with Hidden Beats, and today we were talking with Taylor Perkins from the band Bleeker. How are you doing?
Hey man, how you doing?
Pretty good. It's a nice day out, so it's always fun to get to chat with some fun new people.
Where are you at?
I'm in Ottawa right now.
Oh, nice. I'm in Edmonton. We're going to go to the mall today.
Oh, nice. That should be fun.
I think so.
Mhm.
It's quite big. There's two food courts, I think, which is nice.
Yeah, it's I've actually only been for like 10 minutes, kind of stopping in to quickly grab something and then leaving, so I've never got to fully experience it.
Yeah, nice. Is there a quickly grab something in that mall? I feel like it's huge. I think I've been there once. I think there's a water park or something there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's like a full-on like amusement park type of
Yeah.
thing going on in there.
Oh, hell, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's interesting.
yeah.
So we're here today to talk to you about the band, about your music, and about just kind of what you bring to the world. But for those who are new, can you give a little intro about yourself and Bleeker?
We're from Aurelia. Well, most of us are from Aurelia. Our drummer's from Regina. We had a song did really well in like 2017. It was called Highway, and then we toured for a long time. We went out with Sublime and that kind of stuff. And then right before COVID, we had booked a tour with AWOL Nation, and then it got smashed. So we bided our time, and now we're putting out new music right now. So we're touring as much as possible and booking new shows and getting it back and getting it rolling again.
So how did the band, become a band?
Started with my brother. My little brother's a guitar player, and Mike Van Dyke. We used to play soccer together when we were kids. So we started like I think it was like 2004 or something like that. So we
Okay.
were, yeah,
Yeah, no, that's it's good to start early.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Where did the name Bleeker come from?
We grew up on Bleecker Street in Aurelia.
Oh, I mean that makes sense then.
Yeah, it's super easy. Yeah, I know. It's a weird thing picking a band name. Like it can go super duper good or super bad. I guess if it's a good band and it's a shitty band name, it doesn't really matter.
It almost makes the name better in that sense, just because it's more unique that way.
Yeah, that's right.
hmm So I'm curious. I mean, there's always going to be cookie cutter questions and everything, and I'm sure you've probably answered stuff like this before, but who inspired the band's sound as a whole? Like when you guys were starting out, who are you looking at for inspiration?
I think like I can remember like grade like we got a guitar and drums for Christmas. So we learned all like the normal stuff like the Smoke on the Water, and then like I really got into Jimi Hendrix and like a lot of blues stuff, and there was a lot of blues jam spots in Aurelia. So we started out like a lot of blues and like ZZ Top and stuff too. And then once we started getting into high school, it turned into more of like a like Soundgarden, Audio Slave, that kind of thing, you
hmm
know? So it's like a mix between like the old classics and then that stuff. So you can still hear there's a lot of blues in our music. Uh, but for the most part, like I mean, my favorite singer is like Chris Cornell.
hmm
Uh, so I get a lot from that. And but now it's just a little bit of everything. Like we listen to kind of everything. We listen to a lot of really shitty music too, which is fun. I think we purposely do it now. But then I really got into Randy Newman and like storytelling and stuff.
Yeah.
So and now I just listen to like 40s and 50s country music for some reason.
I mean, you can't go wrong with some of that stuff either, though. It's kind of tried and true.
Yeah, like it just like reminds me of a different time, and it has nothing to do with like this day and age. And I think that's kind of a nice, like it's kind of an escape, which is nice.
hmm
And I'm not always picking it apart. I think like being in a band and writing music, you're always wondering how the sausage, the hot dog was made, and like
Yeah.
really listening, and that stuff my brain just turns off, and I don't have to care about anything.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Now you have your new single that's Make It Better that
Hmm.
I believe just came out a couple days ago now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a couple days. Yeah.
How's that been received so far?
It's doing really well. We released a song called Walkin', and it did really well. Like I think it was like a month ago or something. And then this one's doing even better, so there's progress there, which is nice. It seems like it's getting well received. It's like more of a heavy song, which was good. We kind of
hmm
wanted to get something a little heavier for this one. And yeah, it's nice. All my friends like it, which is good. Usually my friends, they're pretty honest, and they'll say that this song should, or they I think they're too close to me. I think they're like they just think I'm an idiot, and they're like whatever. So they actually like this song, which is good.
I mean, yeah, if they can at least tell you like, hey, come on, this is not your best work, then at least you know they're good.
Always like, yeah, it's a good song, but it's not like something I would listen to. And I'm like, okay. But this one, they're like, oh yeah, I put it on when I'm at the gym now. It's like perfect. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's a bonus. So what was your process like when you're putting together your new music, like the new track?
We had like so many ideas that we had been sending off and never get anything back. So we just had this like whole mountain of songs, and then we played it for our new label, and they just like really listened to it, and they kind of picked all of the ones that we liked that we thought were good.
Okay.
So it was really nice to usually like we're trying to write and make other people happy, and this one was just like if we like it, we like it. And I mean that's what music should be. You should just be writing for yourself.
Hmm.
And so it's definitely a different feeling just writing something for ourselves and having it be well received. So that was kind of this one was kind of for us.
Yeah, and that's amazing. So in your mind, how do you feel the music has evolved going back from like Highway and evolving into now?
Well, I think all the guys are. I think we're all getting better, which is nice. Everyone's still like practices, and our drummer Chris, he's amazing. He's from Regina, and he brings another thing to all the music. So it's like there's a lot of times now in the last little bit where we'll do something that we all like, and we expect, yeah, but it's a little too much. Like I don't know if radio's gonna play it, or I don't know if we should be doing that. And then, but now we're just like, fuck it, it's going in, you know.
Hmm.
So um it's kind of just, yeah, I don't know, we're just kind of doing what we want to do. I keep harping on that, but that's kind of how it's evolving. It's really nice, it's really freeing.
Quite honestly, I hear that from a lot of musicians nowadays. It's more it's tr less trying to be commercial and trying to figure that stuff out and more what feels good with you. That way it hits a little bit different when people like receive it better.
Yeah, like you can hear when bands are trying too hard. Like you know what I mean? It's like immediate. And like you hear like all these like cliche like like lines and lyrics, and just like you're like, oh fuck, of course you're gonna put this little hook there 1,000 times. It's like fuck, we know what you're doing. I
Mhm.
don't know if people like, and that's the hard thing too, is like I've been a musician my whole life and I'm just mostly around musicians. So I don't know if the general public ever realizes that, but they must like in some kind of subconscious way be like, fuck, these guys are fake. These guys suck.
Yeah, you
So
definitely can hear it. Like I was a fan of music before starting to do things like this, and then you can kind of go, oh, this song's just it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, really.
yeah, it's like yeah, you can't try to check all these boxes that are you're supposed to check. You got to check the box that you didn't know was a box yet. You're like, oh fuck. Like I feel like I've been listening to a lot of like Jack White and stuff lately, and he keeps checking these weird fucking boxes I didn't know were there. It's like whoa. And then to have and like to know that he can do well, he's a different story, but like to know that you can still be successful while doing something weird. I think people like weird, you
Hmm.
know. So we're trying to take like we're doing like taking little chances like that, and it's working out, which is really nice. If it didn't work out, I feel like we're in the position where we just say fuck it, we don't care anyway if it's not working out. To be honest with you, but it's
Yeah,
good that it's good that it is, so we can keep touring and keep making music.
yeah, and the music is good. Like you said, you had fun with it. I listened to the track beforehand, and I had fun with it. So I think it's moving in the right direction. People seem to be vibing with it for sure.
That song was one of those ones where we were doing it, and we had a like Cole and I had a demo of it, and we're really bad at like picking a key, like because we just whatever we start in is where we go, and we don't try to do it to my voice or anything.
Okay.
And playing it for the guys, and they're like, "Yeah, but that's super fucking high. Like you're not gonna be able to do that live. That's like this dumbest. Like there's like a, it's like really really high."
Hmm.
I said, "Fuck it." So now it's super high. So we've been playing it. We're on tour with the Trues right now, and every night I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Hmm.
But it's good. It's good. It's pushing me, which is nice, and it keeps me on my toes.
Speaking of the tour, that's a pretty nice tour to be on, kind of coming into the new year.
Oh yeah, the first night was in Vancouver, and it was Commodore Ballroom. Have you been
Yeah.
there?
I haven't been there, but some of my I have two of my team members that are in Vancouver, so I've seen pictures and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's a great spot.
Hmm.
Um, and obviously the Trues are super nice guys, and I mean like we grew up listening to the music too, so it's nice every night. And I
Hmm.
think um, like there are like three more at West, and then we head back to Oshawa, and nothing in Ottawa yet. But in the summer, I think we're coming to Ottawa. But
Okay.
I don't know if it's announced or anything yet.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
we'll have a little secret one for someone who's actually watching this, and
Yeah, perfect.
mhm. Yeah, like I have team members across the country, so if I can get someone out to one of the shows to cover it, I'll definitely make sure to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hmm. Now, I'm curious because I was looking at like on Spotify with the song, the cover art that you guys picked for this. Where did that concept come from?
That was like we were our manager Jeff was like sending us like different stuff. We were trying to follow the lyrics of just like piece by piece, like disappearing and that kind of thing. And then it was just a guy literally like he's like, it's hard to see what's going on. My wife fucking hates it. She's like, what is this? And I'm like, it's a this, and it's like a person trapped and the falling apart and stuff. And she's not a fan. But I mean, like to be honest, like the other guys are like, yeah, this looks good. I'm not really good at that kind of stuff. I have a very short attention span.
Yeah, I looked at it and then as I was like watching him, okay, first I couldn't exactly pick out what it was, but as the lyrics coming through and I'm kind of going, okay, I see it, but I was like, who, like, where did that even come from? That's so
Yeah.
interesting to see those things come out.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you liked it. I mean, like, there's someone trying to get in the hotel door right now. Might be the drummer. Um, yeah, like I don't know. I always try to go for the simplest thing.
Hmm.
Like I mean, if it were just up to me, it'd just be like a white dot or something, and then it's kind of recognizable. But I don't know. Everyone liked that one, so they went with that one.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I just wasn't sure. It's an interesting story that just kind of here it is.
Yeah, I was like following the lyrics, which is cool.
Hmm.
But,
Now, going back to the idea of being on tour, I'm curious what your thoughts are on some of the best parts of touring and some of the worst parts of touring.
worst parts of touring are all the driving.
Yeah.
Actually, the absolute worst part of touring is just fucking sitting around because you have nothing to do, but you have places that you have to be at certain times. So
Hmm.
like if you're say we're playing tonight. So we have like we'll load in at 1 or whatever, then we'll sound check at 3:30 and then we'll do this at 5:30 and then we'll play at 8. So you're doing nothing, but you're doing something in like 20-minute intervals, which fucking sucks. Like I wish it was all just condensed so you could like actually have a life of you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's like go visit this, go see that. So you don't like it's hard to go see the cities that you're in when you have to be somewhere all the time. I hate having to be places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just like if I'm going, like I'll be there kind of thing. So that's definitely that's my least favorite part of touring. Best part is obviously like the half an hour to an hour that you play every night, which is amazing.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like, it makes up for all the doing nothing all day. But oh, it's Chris. Want to come say hi?
Sure.
Yeah. What's the best part of touring, Chris?
Best part of touring is the food after the gig.
Okay.
Yeah. We usually get 2 or 3 dinners after the gig because our bass player Mike just I don't understand. He just eats. He eats and eats and eats. Like we got spaghetti and bolognese and like a bunch of like caprese. Is it called caprese salad? Caprese salad.
Hmm.
And then we ate all that, and then he ordered McDonald's on Skip the Dishes, and he got 40 nuggets and a McRib.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucked up. He's like this, like he's this skinny little. Well, he's not skinny. He's like 6'2", super skinny, and I don't know. He might have a worm or something. What is that? Like a
Like the
tapeworm?
tapeworms, yeah, the ones that just help you be on a diet.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's fun touring with the tapeworm.
No, I mean I'm a big guy, so there's those times where 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, man, what could I eat right now?
I just find like and that's the problem with like touring too is you're so bored all the time that you're just eating or you're just drinking. So
Hmm.
it's where we haven't been drinking very much, which is nice. And try not to drink as much alcohol lately because it's just a vicious cycle. Because you're just so bored, you
Yeah,
know. But then
and
you
I'm
you
sure that wears on you too.
oh yeah, like I can tell like just this tour I haven't been drinking and like my voice is a lot better. Like everything is just better. It's easier. But it just kind of gets like you just eat. We had a big chocolate bar last night. It was like this big, plus a couple bags of candy, and then a cheesecake too.
That's
Last night
awesome. That sounds
last
like a
night was
great
well
night.
fucked up. It was a great day, and Mars Attacks was on the TV. So
Oh, perfect.
yeah. Oh, the worst part about hotels too is like you never like it says like you can sign up to Netflix or whatever on the TV or Chromecast or whatever it is. It never works. So you're
Yeah,
just like, at the mercy of the TV, like the cable TV. I like Swamp People. I like Ancient Aliens.
yeah.
I like that shitty reality TV shows, but I tried to watch The Bachelor last night and it was I
That's
could
one thing my wife will watch, but I can't bring myself to sit there. I usually just end up on my phone doing something.
right, yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Yeah, we lasted about 15 minutes.
Yeah. So outside of the music world, like what else do you do to try to keep yourself grounded?
Hmm.
Yourself kind of on a nice level.
I just started like last year. I started. like doing painting, like acrylic paintings.
Okay.
So like portraits and like just stuff like that. So it keeps me pretty busy. And then we all have jobs and stuff too. I have my own contracting company, so I do that as well. Build
Okay.
houses, build decks, build things like that. Like I just kind of have to stay busy. And then now that music is firing up again, it's like trying to juggle all these things at once is almost impossible.
Hmm.
But I'd rather be too busy than not busy enough.
Yeah, I know that feeling. So like I have my day job and then I have this and we also cover live shows and I have 25 people that are part of the team. So managing all those people is always fun. And then on top of that, I have a clothing company.
Oh, really? What's it
Yeah.
called?
Culture Chief. It's like indigenous stuff and we donate profits to charities.
Oh, right on. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It
Yeah,
keeps me busy for sure.
yeah, you're busy.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I have a 1 year old, so like I never have
Oh,
actual downtime for anything.
that's what I don't have. So you beat me there. I
Mhm.
couldn't, I didn't understand how I would. Yeah, I'd be fucked.
My
So
only downtime is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. when everyone's asleep. And then I
yeah,
can actually do something that I want, and I'm usually working anyways.
yeah, you just have to like that's where you catch up on the shit you didn't do before.
Yeah, like I've got I think 5 or 6 of these interviews I still have to edit for the next week or so.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It's something. It keeps everything going, but it's actually something I enjoy doing. So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's true too. Like I love doing music and I love doing the painting is one thing I can just kind of shut off my phone and just like I can think it's like I think it's like 20 minutes, but then it's like 3 hours in and I'm like, holy shit, the time passed. And like I had like say I'll have like a beer and I just haven't had a sip out of the beer. It's just one of those things where I can just lose myself in, which is
That's
nice.
awesome. Those are always the best things because they just help you forget everything for a minute.
Yeah, it's amazing. I hope like hopefully everyone has something like that, like well, not everyone has something like that, but they should look for it.
I used to draw. I used to design tattoos and things like that once upon a time, but then life got too busy. So now it's whatever I can do at the moment. Keeping the dog busy is the other thing too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's like sometimes like I'm feeling like sometimes I have to just kind of pick one or two things lately and like just focus on them.
Hmm.
And I once I start doing that, I just find something else to do. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're similar that way for sure. So I have a couple fun questions I always ask in my interviews. It's kind of more interesting than a little off topic of the music stuff, but makes you think a little bit more. First one I love asking is who plays each of the band members in the movie of your lives?
Oh shit, I'm Brad Pitt.
Okay.
No, I have a bass player would probably say I'm Ellen or something like that. I think okay. So our bass player, if you want to look him up, what's the guy from? He's in not Limitless, Lawless. He's in Memento. Got Guy Pearce. Guy
Oh,
Pearce.
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so Guy Pearce and Mike, the bass player, look exactly alike.
Okay.
Uh, Cole might be the guy who plays Loki in all those Marvel movies.
Okay.
Chris. Chris is hard. We always say that he looks like the yellow guy from Sin City. Have you ever seen that movie, Sin City?
Yes, I have actually. Okay, I'm picturing it right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like super greasy, and like super smelly and whatever. So
Hmm.
if that was a real person, that would play Chris.
Okay.
And then I don't know. It's hard to do myself. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
But
always the hardest to do yourself.
yeah, if I could pick one that I would want it to be, I feel like Keanu Reeves is always a really cool guy. And he seems like he's pretty chill. Doesn't have to
Hmm.
try. I have to try hard all the time. So I guess that'd be the opposite of me. But maybe Diane Keaton.
I mean, sure. It's a different path, but why not?
Different take on it. Yeah, maybe Diane Keaton.
It would be interesting to see something like that.
Diane Keaton playing me. That'd be hilarious. I like it.
Well,
Is she?
especially for people who know you guys, who know the band, and then all of a sudden you see that in the movie, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, like what's this?
Oh, what about the girl who plays? You seen the movie Hook?
Once upon a time, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's like fuck if you remembered, but it's like she's like the guy gets thrown in the boo box.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I can't think of the name, but I'm picturing who you're talking about.
that guy that gets thrown in the boo box is Glenn Close.
Oh, okay.
but it's a woman. So I picked Glenn Close. I've changed all my answers. I want to be Glenn Close, or she wants
Okay.
to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can dig that. That's fun. I think the only person that could possibly play me for like just general appearance and everything is Action Bronson because I get that 98% of the time when someone sees me, it's like you look like Action Bronson.
I gotta look him up.
Yeah, you'll get a kick out of it as soon as you see him.
Action Bronson. Have you seen the movie Bronson?
No, I haven't.
It's like an old. Oh yeah, fuck. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, you're there for sure. That's awesome.
And we're like, I'm bald just like him right now. We're about the same size in general. We got the tattoos, everything. I just have a little bit more facial hair, I think.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's got a big one. He's got a big. Look at this one.
Yeah, he does get a big beard, but he's trimmed down because he's working out a bunch right now. So
I gotcha. Wait, so is he an actor?
no, he's a musician. He's like a rapper. He also has a cooking show. Um, Crazy pothead. He loves wine. Like he does all kinds of crazy stuff.
I'll check him out.
Yeah, he's fun to watch for sure.
So, what's the other guy's? The one guy, Matty Madison. He's not a musician though, is he?
No, he's just a straight cook, but he's also done some acting. I love watching his stuff too, just because he's
Oh,
hilarious.
he's in The Bear, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly the newest one. They just won like a Grammy or something like that.
Grammy.
They won some sort of award. I don't remember what it was.
I wasn't a huge fan of the show. I don't know why. I was just like, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the drama shows, I guess. But my wife loves it.
It was good for what it was, but I got bored because it's the same thing kind of every episode
That's,
almost. So
I got like three. I got 3 episodes in, and then I've never worked in a kitchen either. So
I
she's
mean,
like,
I have, so that's where I found that somewhat interesting for myself.
but I've never worked in the kitchen or at a restaurant, and I think Waiting is one of the fucking funniest movies of all time.
Yes, Waiting, that's like top three for my comedy movies right there.
Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah.
Now, another fun one. What's one thing you think should be asked more in an interview that's not asked enough?
Ooh, that's a weird one because there's always the ones that they're always asked, and it's like, my
You have to have cookie cutters, but then you try to,
yeah,
spread out a bit from that.
that's a good one. I don't know. Like this last like 20 minutes we've been talking has been great. So those are just like being an actual person. Because usually it's like, do you have your brothers in the band? What's that like? Like, oh, that's my brother. It's like that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that one. That one's a weird one. Nothing's popping out. But it should be like, and I should send these questions to my manager and be like, make them ask these ones.
Well, that's it too. I'm surprised musicians and like artists like yourself don't do some of that. Like you don't want to talk about this, so tell the person you don't want to talk about it.
Oh yeah. No, it doesn't matter. It's whatever. But it's just got like interesting questions. Yeah. It's a weird one. I usually like the ones too where like there's like rapid fire questions or you just like do one worders. Because those always end up kind of funny and different. But
those are good, except for I'm slow sometimes and I can't think of what rapid fire questions to ask. And I usually just kind of fumble that and go, okay, this is nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a researcher or anything either. I have writers on my team that help me, but I try to make it interesting because if I'm going to watch this, I'm going to want to see something more than just like, how long ago did you make this song? Like you said, like those questions that are always there.
Yeah. 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 The ones that you just expect like a generic answer as well. Like that's why like watching like, yeah, all the interviews now, and especially like this day and age where it's like you watch these like little reels and stuff, or just like the funniest 15 seconds, where something's off the cuff and real and funny. And that's kind of the moment you're looking for.
I love making them with little insights that you might say. I'll have just you saying something, and that way it catches the person, and then you can go back in and watch the interview if you want that way.
Oh yeah, right on. Hey, remember that? Sorry, this is off topic a little bit. Do you remember pop-up video?
Yeah,
I like those too. They should bring that kind of shit back.
That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, you can do a lot with that now, especially with all the technology. You can just do like the craziest things.
Yeah.
Okay, another fun one for you. Someone or a song that's on your go-to playlist that people wouldn't expect you listen to. I know we talked about some of that already, but you have like a guilty pleasure one that's kind of not something to share often.
Because yeah, it's usually like Randy Newman and stuff, right? My top stuff right now is pretty chill. Like I'm listening to a lot of Kings of Leon and Arctic Monkeys.
Okay.
Doing that before. Guilty pleasure song. The whole Billy Joel Stranger record. If it turns on, I just listen to it all the way through.
I can see that. I like that one.
Yeah, it's really good.
Mhm.
I guess it's not that bad of a guilty pleasure though. Billy Joel's pretty sweet.
Yeah, someone
Um,
like yourself, you listen to a lot of things. I guess there's not a lot of in the way of guilty pleasure, so it kind of
like Chris has been putting on all this. I don't even know his name. Walker Wheeler Jr. Have you heard of him?
doesn't sound familiar, no.
Just some like dirty country artist. He's singing about all the worst stuff ever.
Okay.
Yeah, check him out. It's
Yeah,
pretty.
I'll take note of that for sure.
Yeah, I think his name's Walker Wheeler Jr. I
Mhm.
wouldn't listen to it by myself, and I don't think my wife would like it.
I have recently it's a guy called the Dark Tenor. He's from Germany, I think, and he puts together like operatic type of big motion picture sounds with classical piano, like Mozart stuff involved, and really makes it interesting that way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he has a whole album and he does like little covers of different songs too, and has all these extra pieces in it. And it's really interesting to hear what he does with it.
Okay, I'll check that out too. That'd be cool.
Mhm. Is there people out there right now that you're listening to that you think should have more traction, more people should be listening to?
The main one that's come up recently is we just played with Big Rec,
Okay.
and like I don't know, he is like Ian Thornley is one of the fucking best. Like just singing wise, he's one of the best singers I've ever heard, best
Hmm.
guitar players I've ever seen. And I mean, like I mean, they're not small by any means. Like Big Rec is still a big band, but I just feel like they should be fucking huge.
Yeah,
He should.
he I got to actually cover their show in Ottawa like right before Christmas. And that's the first time I actually saw them live. And I was like, damn, okay, his guitar is just what he does with that thing is insane.
Like when he's singing and he's like effortlessly singing all these things, I'm just like, fuck you. Like you're so
Mhm.
good. So I would say, yeah, I'd say Ian Thornley just as a whole.
Yeah, he got offered I heard he got offered the lead for another band, but they told him he couldn't play guitar and he said no to it.
Oh, what band? Do you know?
Trying to it's I can't even think it's like Velvet Underground or Velvet Revolver or something like that. Someone mentioned to it recently when I was out shooting and it I didn't the story stuck, but the band didn't stick for some reason.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, you can't take the guitar away from him.
Yeah,
That's
he
great.
kind of looked at them, I guess, and was like, "No, that's crazy. Why would I do that?"
Yeah. Weird.
Mm-mm. Now, a couple more serious questions to round everything out. What do you hope people take away from Bleeker's music?
Uh I just I think like as a whole, like as Bleeker, we try not to take ourselves seriously. We try to have a good time. We try to put on a good show. Try to get everybody out of their their bubble for a second.
Hmm.
I would say, yeah, just kind of just being real, being, more human and not worrying about really anything. That's kind of how we do it.
I mean,
So
yeah, it's a good just relax and have fun.
yeah, yeah. Like and I'm not knocking anything, but like there's all those bands that they're always fucking dressed up and they're always looking so good and and it's like we've tried to do that before where it's like we'll try to and then it always just turns right back into like t-shirts and I don't think we just don't give a fuck. It's which is bad and good. So
Mhm.
but it's
I,
just something we can't change.
I completely love that idea. I don't wear sleeves for pretty much anything. Like my coat is a sweater. I used to wear shorts all winter long. It's just
My coat is also a sweater.
yeah.
And
And
if I'm cold, I just put on more t-shirts.
well, that's it. I'm a big guy too. If I need to put on a thicker sweater, I can, but like
Yeah.
that's what I do. And it's yeah, I don't care what people say. When I go out with my wife anywhere, it's a bit of a hassle though because she wants me to dress up and
It's hard. We're gonna go to the mall today, and I'm like, every time I go into the mall, I just feel so out of place. I feel like everyone's looking at me like, "Who's this fucking idiot?" Because
mhm,
like, you know, whatever. I always got my pants tucked into my socks and shit, and
just
yeah.
have fun with it. I used to roll up my pants in high school in the weirdest way because they were just a bit too long and I had what I'm gonna call a white man's afro, but just like long blonde hair to my shoulders that was fully curly, like bleach blonde too. I just looked like a complete weirdo, and I wore Hawaiian shirts all the time.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
just functionality. I always used to wear like my older brother's clothes. I never really had a style because they just
Mhm.
passed it down, and that's what I'd wear.
Yeah, I
So
mean that's if it's there, it's there. So last but not least, is what motivates you and the boys to keep going and pursuing music?
each other. I
Yeah.
mean, like we just it's so much fun. Like we all live well, except for Chris. Chris lives in Toronto right now, but he comes up and we just all hang like we just literally hang out and write music, play music. And the fact that we can come tour with like the Trues or go play these shows is just a bonus. Like all through COVID and stuff, we just got together and wrote and did whatever. And I mean, like, it's just I don't know, it's like going out and playing, like hockey or something every Thursday. We just get together and we play music. And then if people like it, they like it. And it's just the weirdest thing. And it's even like weird to a lot of our friends where it's like, because they don't really see much of the music stuff, So it's like it's just our pastime.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, those guys are going out to play music tonight.
Yeah. Or like we just had a song on the NHL, like like a Leafs game.
Mm-hmm.
You always get like whoa, fuck. That's awesome. You
Yeah.
guys still in the band? Yeah, still in the band. Yeah, still playing. So it's just like I feel like that shit's just kind of like a byproduct of what we do, So it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably why we've been together so long. Is it's just kind of anything that happens outside of us getting together and writing music is just a byproduct of that.
I mean, it sounds like it's working.
Yeah, we're still having a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So what's next after the tour? We have, we got the music coming out, the tours, or more plans for the rest of the year?
We have a record coming out in the summer. We're going to release 2 more songs, I think, before then.
Okay.
And right now we are booking a bunch of shit in the summer, festivals, things like that. So a lot of shows are coming up. So we'll be busy little beavers.
I mean, that's the best thing is being busy, like you said.
Oh yeah. And I love festivals too. Festivals are my favorite.
Yeah, festivals are huge, and you being from Aurelia too, like the Boots and Hearts is always a big one out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we won't play that unless we start doing some country music.
Well, they added rock last year. They added like Nickelback and Hardy were in there.
Yeah, they did have Nickelback.
Yeah, because I covered that every year. I actually go out and I'm on site for that, and that was kind of a nice genre mixed day that they had going on there.
Yeah, it's that thing's huge, eh?
Oh, it's insane. Like I've covered a few, like we covered the Ottawa festivals and that, but that one on its own for me is a monster.
Yeah. We always do. We always we do Mariposa Folk Festival as well. We always go to that. But just we don't play there. We got yelled at one time for playing there. I think we were playing while Tom Cocken was on and we were playing like the beer tent.
Okay.
We got shut down pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is, I suppose.
Life's the highway, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all the stuff I have written down. And I mean, any last words of wisdom you'd like to leave to people?
Just come if you see us playing. Just come out and come to the show.
Come hang out.
Just come hang out and support all the live music you can in your city and all the little bands that are trying to play live.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. That's one of our big things is we want to make sure we can get as many people's eyes on some of the up and coming acts that are out there as much as possible.
Oh, so many talented people, and it's so hard to get noticed. And it's just and if like we're lucky because Aurelia is like a big music town, but if it's hard out there, so it's hard to do what you want to do.
That's you're not wrong. Well, it was great getting to chat with you, and I'm hoping that we'll get to do this again at some point. And when you do stop by Ottawa, let me know, and I'll be out there with metaphorical bells on.
Awesome, that sounds good. This was really nice. Appreciate it.
And we'll do it again, I'm sure.
Awesome.
All right, have a good one.